All right. Welcome everybody to tonight to our Healthy Living Revolution call. I am Lauren Sanchez. I am from Orlando, Florida. I'm a mom to two boys, ages 5 and 3, who they stuck spaghetti to the walls tonight. So, fellow boy moms, you understand me. I'm co-hosting the call with a couple people tonight. So we're going to have a few people sharing their stories, and I'll just name them really quickly, but you'll get to know them shortly. So we have Jenny, Alicia, if everything is okay with her kiddos tonight, and also Ashley. So we're so glad that you joined tonight, and we have a few other people who invited some friends to join us. But we're here to network with mission-driven people on the topic of family health. And you're invited really because maybe you're interested in taking steps in your health, or the person who invited you just wants you to see a little bit about what they're up to so that you can support them. And tonight will be relaxed fun. You don't have to do anything. Just listen in and kind of soak it in, and really just kind of just evaluate where you're at, because we're all at different places. And even if this is not something that's for you, you may think of somebody that it's for. So to get started, I'm going to share my screen, and I want to kick off with a quick question. And that is, who on the call, you can raise your hand or comment in the chat box, who here feels like being healthy in today's world is a challenge? Me too. Hashtag me too. So health includes all kinds of pillars, right? It's not just what we eat, it's rest, it's water intake, it's maintaining a healthy mindset. It includes so much. And with just all that we have going on, it can be really hard. But we do know that one of the core pillars of being healthy is, the basis is nutrition. And so the purpose of the Healthy Living Revolution is really to come together with a bunch of different people who are interested in taking their health back in ways that are simple, doable, and fun. So I hope you get the sense tonight that we're a fun batch of people, and we just really love and care about people more than anything else. And we want to come alongside families and people who want better health and who have to start somewhere. None of us is perfect, but we can make small changes along the way that add up to big changes months and years from now. So we're going to talk about 3 different doorways, and those are represented on the slides here. And so the 3 that we're going to talk about tonight are the free resources available through the Healthy Living Revolution, the nutritional support that's provided, and the third is the company or the organization that makes it all possible. So I'm going to switch slides again here. Hopefully you can see this one. There are a ton of free resources that are provided through the Healthy Living Revolution. We have a selection of tons of resources, including cookbooks, holiday-inspired ones too, guys. So if you have healthier versions of holiday recipes, which I think we can all use because we love celebrating around food, those are great. We have tremendous short webinars on trending health topics like eliminating toxins from your diet, the gut microbiome, inflammation, if you're an athlete, eliminating oxidative stress to prevent your body from aging as quickly, a home fitness series, Start Strong for Families, which is designed to raise up a generation of active, healthy kids with a positive body image and with good nutritional habits. And if you have kids, that's so important to me. And you'll get to hear a little bit more about my story later. But the person who invited you will send you a link to the Healthy Living Revolution site that has a lot of these resources available. And if you have short drives to work, those webinars are tremendous to listen to while you're driving or while you're doing something that's a little bit mindless. The second thing we're going to talk about tonight is the nutritional support. And this is honestly probably one of my favorite part, in addition to the stories that you'll hear tonight, that we're going to talk about. And we're really committed to helping others with good nutrition. And like I mentioned before, that's the foundation of good health. We have to flood our bodies with the most important things we could ever eat. And all of us know we're supposed to eat our fruits and vegetables. But unfortunately, sometimes we forget why we need to eat raw fruits, vegetables, and berries. And science today is showing that they're not only good for you, but they're absolutely critical, guys. Literally, you can change your DNA by what you eat. And today, when I was young, it was 5 to 7 or something. But today, it's recommended that we get 9 to 13 to combat the toxins and just the environmental things that are going on in the world today. And I don't know about you. You guys can kind of show me your hands here or drop an emoji in the comment. But think about it. How many days in the past week have you gotten 9 to 13 servings? Even if you're a good eater, raise your hand if you think you've gotten that. going to put a down thumb for me, because without the nutritional support, I mean, food would rot in my fridge, guys. Like, I'm just being honest. And we're pretty intentional with our health, but we live in a busy world. We have busy schedules. So if you can relate with that, you know, maybe nod your head or something, so I know I'm not alone. So let's talk a little bit about the nutritional support. So that comes through something called Juice Plus, which the Juice Plus company is a company that partners with the Healthy Living Revolution. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about what it is. So it's 30 vine ripened whole foods. It's non-GMO, and NSF certified to be pure. It's kind of like a salad in a capsule. So you take all the good micronutrients out of those, and they're slow dried at super low temperatures to preserve the live nutrients. Kids take gummy versions of those, chewables, and adults often take capsules. But with the way they're processed, they're completely vine ripened. So the plant remains attached to the tree or bush or whatever it is until it's fully developed. Now, if we think about when we go to the grocery store, right, a lot of people now, there's this huge juice craze, and juicing is great for you. But if you think about an orange, which all of us probably eat oranges or drink orange juice at some point, right? If we think about that, 80% of the vitamin C is found in the orange peel. Can everybody just make sure they're muted for me? Let me see here. Hold on one second. All right. Hey, Jessica, thanks for joining us. I just muted you just so that we weren't hearing any background noise here, but welcome. Thank you for joining us. So hopefully you can hear us. But so 80% of the vitamin C is found in the orange peel. And I don't know about you, but I don't go around eating hunky orange peels, although I do enjoy a little zest every now and then. So the way that it's processed is they take the whole plant, the leaves, seeds, everything, and they put it in a grinder and grind it down to preserve everything. And there are a few things specifically I love about Juice Plus. It is scientifically proven. So if you look at the clinical research bullet, which is the last one, it is the most researched nutritional product in the world with over 38 published studies. So if you have an iPhone and you ask Siri, what's the most nutritionally researched product in the world? She will tell you Juice Plus. It's been around for 25 years and by far has, you know, just so much backing it, showing what it does in the body on the cellular level, which is incredible. The second is the top bullet here. It is food, not a vitamin. So it is 45 whole foods if you include the plant proteins that are represented on this screen, but it has a nutrition label, not a vitamin. So literally when your kids are sick or if you're not feeling well, you can double up and you're just adding more micronutrients from plants to your body to help you combat whatever you're facing. And this is super cool. If you go to the grocery store, you know how you have like the supplement and vitamin section? You wouldn't find this there. You would find this in the produce section because it is literally whole foods and the government considers it food. Oops. And then lastly, it's NSF certified, which ensures that it's pure. So what's on the labels in the label? If you think about supplements or vitamins, they're not regulated. So a lot of them, when they are tested, they find they have heavy metals and different things in them, which we don't want in our bodies, but it is certified by a third party. And because of that, and because it's food, there's no warning label. It's safe for people, everybody, whether it's the elderly, children, pregnant and nursing moms, and even professional athletes. And you'll get to hear from a few people today who've taken it during different situations in their life that fall into that category. And then real quick, before we hop into a couple stories, on this screen, there is an orange bottle, which is our Omega blend. So that is a Omega that's fully plant-based. So it's sustainable and safe. And it's actually 5 Omegas in one, which I don't know of any other out there that have those. So it's Omega 3, 5, 6, 7, and 9. And we basically eliminate the fish, which a lot of people are like, oh my gosh, Omegas, fish, they go on and, they go hand in hand, but fish don't actually make Omegas. They get it from eating algae, and algae is one of the key ingredients here, which I think is pretty cool. And then the chocolate and vanilla complete is the plant protein. A lot of people use this to make shakes, pancakes, protein balls, edible cookie dough, edible brownie batter. I don't know if you're a sweetaholic like I am, but I made some pretzel caramel bark out of it the other day. And I'm like, haha, the kids don't know they're getting 15 fruits and vegetables in that. I wish I had the picture to pull up, but if anybody's interested, I'll send it to you later. And then the only other products we have, which is like 5 total, is the complete bars, which are just bars that are kind of handy to, take and know that the ingredients are good quality without added sugars and things like that. And then the last is our Tower Garden. And we harvest produce off of ours almost every day. All it takes is water. It grows super fast. And it's a cool way to have organic produce without a high sticker price over time. And then not on this slide, there's something called the Shred, which you'll hear a few people talk about. It's a 10-day jump start in people's health. We do it as a family every month. And basically, you just learn how to read labels and really how to kind of like change your family's picture of what being healthy means, because there's so many misconceptions out there. And people often ask about it because you look and feel amazing. I've been shredding for 18 months now, and it's completely changed my life. So I'm going to stop talking. We're going to switch gears and have a couple people share stories tonight. So Alicia, are you like in a good situation that you can hop on and share?
Yeah, hopefully there's not too much background noise, but okay. I can share.
Awesome.
So, hey everybody, my name is Alicia. I'm from East Tennessee. I have 2 amazing little girls. They're 3 and 5, and then I am married to an awesome husband. And so I'm tell you a little bit about my product story. And it started when a couple of different things happened in my life. The first was when both of my daughters were born. And they were both born with dairy soy intolerances, and that was completely new to me. So I was a nursing mom at the time, and that just meant that I was going to have to change my diet completely. So I wasn't allowed to have dairy, I wasn't allowed to have soy, and with Pippa, I couldn't have gluten. And so that kind of started my journey of reading labels and knowing what was in different foods and things like that. And just knowing that these intolerances in my little babies was causing so much inflammation in them that their guts were becoming irritated, and they would have like bloody stools. And so it scared me. And I didn't realize that food could actually do that to somebody until, that was my first experience with something like that. And then the second thing that happened in my life was when my dad had a heart transplant at the age of 55. That really did something to me where I was just so super cautious of what I was putting into my diet, along with my babies and everyone, and my husband's, and even though sometimes he doesn't listen to me, but it made me aware of, at a young age, my dad, was diagnosed with cardiomyopathy, and then like 5 to 6 years later, he had a heart transplant. So huge thing that happened in my life, and just kind of made a real dent in the nutrition part of it. The third thing that happened was I was in nuclear medicine school, and Jessica, who's on the call, yay, I'm so glad you could make it, Jess. She's going to the same school that I went to, so that's kind of exciting. We have some, that kind of connection there. But I went to nuclear medicine school, and as I was learning about different things, so in nuclear medicine, we're basically the functioning department of imaging, and we use something called an isotope to watch things function. So we do like all the stress tests, we deal with a lot of cancer patients, we do thyroid cancer, breast cancer, prostate cancer, just all sorts of different things. And then another part of nuclear medicine is called PET-CT. And so that's where we restage cancer patients. We, see how well the chemo and radiation therapy is working on them. We diagnose them to see if, that's really what's going on, and just different things like that. So basically what we use to find cancer in patients is an isotope called fluorodeoxyglucose, and it's a form of glucose. And so it's basically sugar tagged with radiation. And it kind of blew my mind in class that day that to find cancer in patients, we were injecting them with radioactive sugar. So our brains use a lot of energy, and so we don't really take a picture of the brain unless it's ordered that way, because there's so much energy in there, and the isotope's going to go straight to your brain. But the other thing that's eating up all that energy is the cancer inside of our bodies. And I put two and two together, and I was like, we're feeding our bodies with sugar every day, with energy every day. And what we're putting in our bodies is having an effect on our cells. And it just kind of like, I took a step back and I was like, I've got to do something for myself and my family, because I want to be preventative. Like, I don't want to end up like this and like some of these people. And every day I see sick people, and it just breaks my heart, because, I want to help them. And so I grew this passion for nutrition, and my friend reached out to me, and I watched all the videos and learned more about it. And the thing that stood out to me the most was the clinical research studies. And I jumped on board right then and there, because I knew this was something that would be easy for me and my family, and I knew that we would love it. And so some of the things that I have taken from this is not only the community and support, but just we no longer have any allergies. I live in East Tennessee. I mean, it's impossible not to have allergies, like anybody. So that's pretty amazing to me. My kids were on year-round allergy medications. We don't have them on them every single day anymore. So that just right there just kind of, it makes my heart happy. And so the other thing is that my blood pressure has gone down a whole lot. It used to be, which isn't horrible, like 136 over something, but now it's down to like the normal 120 over 80, and sometimes even lower than that. I've lost a few pounds doing this, which is awesome. It wasn't what I was intending to do, but yeah, so we've just taken back so much from this, and I am just so thankful that we found it, and I can't wait for what the future holds for my family and I. And that's pretty much my story. So thank you guys for letting me share.
Thank you, Alicia. That's awesome. I love hearing your story. Great. All right. We're going to have another exciting story. Ashley, are you good to share?
Yes. Would you like for me to share my product story?
Yeah, I would love that. And then Ashley is actually going to lead the last half of our call. So Ashley, if you just kind of want to go in and then kind of kick into the final part of our call, that would be awesome.
I can do that. Awesome. So my name is Ashley, like she said, Ashley Maples. I live in Illinois with my husband and my two little boys, ages 10 and 5. So I got introduced to Juice Plus about 11 months ago. A friend called me and invited me to a call just like this one. She invited me maybe like a month before, and this whole month I'm like, oh gosh, what does she want me to listen to? I was skeptical the whole time. I'm like going back and forth. Should I get on this call? But I really trusted her, and she's been my friend for a really long time. So I finally just did it, and listening to the content, it was exactly like this. Afterwards, I was just amazed at, there was a program like this, and there was an easy way for my kids to get nutrition because they were very picky eaters. So that stood out to me. I'm like, I hardly ever fix like fruits and veggies, so this will probably be really good for me and my kids and my family. So I immediately was on board, and so fast forward to now, from 11 months ago, we've seen so many changes. A couple that stick out are my 10-year-old. He was taking allergy shots once a week, and he is now off of his allergy shots. Then for me, there's a lot of things, but the one thing that sticks out is that I could not go to the bathroom regularly for anything ever since my little one was born. So I was struggling with constipation for about 5 years. And so now I can say I'm happily go to the bathroom regularly now. So it's just been amazing. I've learned so much about nutrition that I never knew before. I just keep learning so much, and it's just been a blessing. So I'm excited for the future, and I will always be on this, and me and my kids. And so that's all I got. Thank you for letting me share.
That's awesome. Thank you.
Yep.
Cool. Well, do you want to go on to the business portion?
I sure can.
Okay. Perfect.
So now we're going to talk about the Freedom Revolution, which is our business community. The main mission of our Juice Plus company is to bring freedom through improved health. It's important to know that about 80% of Juice Plus is used by happy customers who have no affiliation with the company. So these customers are those of us, including me, who have partnered with the Juice Plus as a business opportunity. We are paid well to do a lot of good. So as you listen to our stories, perhaps you'll think of someone in your life who may need to hear what's possible. First, let's address 2 common questions about the Juice Plus company. How does it work? So the business is open to anyone 18 years or older. It's called a virtual franchise, and it's $50 per year to own. Representatives like myself have an online office and a personal website. We run business from anywhere, any device, anytime. I use my phone and pretty much 90% of the time. We earn residual income by simply sharing Juice Plus by word of mouth. The company does the rest. They manufacture Juice Plus, deliver, bill, and collect from the customers, and pay us by direct deposit monthly. There's no inventory to keep. The only Juice Plus we touch is our own. And then all commission levels are permanent, no quotas, no minimums, and freedom to choose individual pace. There's no glass ceiling on income or territorial restrictions. The Juice Plus company is in over 20 countries. So what's so great about the Juice Plus company? We formed nearly 50 years ago by President and founder Jay Martin, who is still at the helm today. We are a privately held multi-billion-dollar company. We have a family benefits package at the top position, including medical, dental, disability, life, long-term care, chiropractic, and prescriptions, along with college assistance, holiday bonus, and a monthly expense allowance, which is crazy because I don't know of any other company that gives you all that. It blows my mind every time I say that. So this business is can be short-term cash or can be long-term wealth building and retirement strategy. And then not only does Juice Plus inspire healthy living, but healthy giving as well. So we've impacted over 1 million families so far with the free Juice Plus for children through the Family Health Study. We're a titled sponsor of the St. Jude Memphis Marathon weekend. We're highly involved in the Boys and Girls Club and the Volunteers of America. So if you want to know any more about that afterwards, you can ask whoever invited you, and we can send you that information. So now we are going to hear a couple business stories. And I think, Lauren, are you and Jenny Rader telling your business stories?
Yeah.
Who would like to go first?
I can go first, and then Jenny can wrap us up.
Okay.
All right. Well, I'll keep this brief, but I'm going to share kind of a combination of product and business because I really feel like you can't just share one. So like I said, I'm Lauren. I'm from Orlando. I'm a mom of 2. I have a 3-year-old and a 5-year-old. And 5 years ago, obviously, my husband and I found out we were pregnant, which for most people would be super exciting. And for us it was, but it was really overshadowed by a lot of death and illness and disease in our family. And so the month before we found out we were pregnant, my husband lost his dad to rheumatoid arthritis, and he had a reaction to some of the drugs that he was taking to help prevent what that issue was, but it actually ended up exacerbating some of his issues. And I just remember him searching for like alternative things he could do. And it's sad, but back then I wasn't involved in a community like this. Like I didn't have people kind of helping me navigate. And I look back and I don't blame myself, but I'm like, man, like if I would have had access to this community, I really feel like it would have made a difference, which is one of the very reasons we got involved. So not only did we lose my husband's dad, but we lost my dad and also his mom to cancer. So before we even had our first child at the age of 30, we lost 3 or 4 of our parents. And that's just not how it should be. Like you want to be able to call your parent to ask them like, hey, what do I do with my kid? Or what was I like as a baby? And, we just really missed out on that with our story. But the cool thing is that we knew that we could basically, change our health picture for our family. We didn't know how we were going to do it, but we knew we wanted to. And so along with those losses, like I had a whole bunch of health issues growing up. So the list could go on, but I had irritable bowel syndrome. I had recurrent ovarian cysts, allergies, anxiety, depression, autoimmune disorders, all kinds of things. And my husband he was generally healthy, but he'd started to have some strange skin issues pop up, which his dad got before he was diagnosed with rheumatoid arthritis. So we were like, okay, time to change something. So we actually found a integrative care, like a holistic pediatrician, and he was the one that told us about Choose Plus. And it just really made sense to me. He was like, are you eating your fruits and vegetables? Basically, I said, no, I'm not. I'm sick. I'm pregnant. I eat horribly. Yes, let's add this. And so we said yes, and it really just made sense. But the crazy thing is 5 years later, we've learned so much more about just what we eat and how it impacts us. My firstborn was a lot more sick than my second. And it was because by the time I had my second, I actually listened to my doctor's advice, which his questions tying back to almost any illness we had was, what are you eating? He always took it back to the nutrition. And at first it drove me crazy, but with my second, I saw those changes. So all of my allergies, all of my issues that I listed before are gone. I have more energy than I did before kids. And I'm my lowest weight since like high school, which is crazy because that was a long time ago. And we just have a zest for life that we didn't have before. And we really just want to share this with so many people because of what it's done for our health. And as far as the business goes, I said yes to that when my husband got laid off from a job. I wish I would have said yes back when we started taking the product, because I could have easily offset my costs with a program called the Healthy Living Plan. But when we said yes, the more I learned, I got so much access to education and just doctors and people who had been doing this journey a lot longer than me, that it blew my mind with the level of support. I never would have been able to do this on my own. And what started out as just a passion for sharing with others ended up turning into an opportunity for me to leave my full-time corporate job that I worked to now working part-time and getting to spend more time with my family and getting to do some amazing vacations, getting to enroll my son in Taekwondo, and just a lot of different things that never would have been a reality for us before. And honestly, I would have never pictured for myself because I never would have thought it was a possibility. So it's just been such a joy. And Jenny has an awesome story too that I can't wait for you guys to hear. Thanks for listening.
Thanks, Lauren. I'll just jump right in. My name is Jenny Rader, and I'm coming to you from Indianapolis, Indiana. I am a wife and a mama to 5 kiddos, and so my life is kind of crazy, but crazy fun. My professional experience is in nutrition and nursing, actually, so I've been really passionate about health and wellness for a long time, specifically women's health. So a little over 2 years ago, I began a search for something to get better nutrition into 2 of my picky eaters. So it's really humbling if you're a nutritionist and a nurse and you have 2 kids that won't eat fruits and vegetables. But that's where I found myself. And so I did what most people do. I looked for a vitamin to help bridge the gap. And 1, they hated the vitamin. It tasted terrible. And 2, I questioned when they got it in if it was doing anything at all because it was synthetic and I knew that, but I didn't know what else to do. And so I also, at the same time that was happening, knew that I needed to get some whole food supplementation into my own body that my body could absorb. I was healing from hormonal imbalances, including adrenal fatigue and a thyroid disorder. And I'd struggled with postpartum depression, anxiety, and a lot of insomnia. I was taking something to help me sleep probably 4 out of 7 nights a week. And I knew that that wasn't good for my body, but I also was desperate for sleep. So I was just really stuck. And I had been on a healing journey, but I knew at this point that I really just needed nourishment, just as much nourishment as my body could get. I just intuitively knew that. So a friend had introduced me to Juice Plus, and after looking over the research and learning about the company, I was really impressed. And I spent a couple of months doing that because I'm kind of nerdy and sciencey, and I really asked a lot of questions, and I just found a company and a product that I started to really believe in quickly. I knew I wanted our family to consume Juice Plus. And just picking off a couple of pieces of other people's stories tonight, a lot of people wait until they have a health crisis to make an important health decision. And, I'm 42 years old and I'm watching people, in my life with cancer and serious illnesses. And they're like, I don't know what happened. And, we don't feel our body, our body has cancer long before we ever see it. We have heart disease long before we ever have a heart attack. We don't feel those things happening. And yeah, I really believe in prevention, and I wanted to find something we could use long-term to just give us extra. So, my friend that introduced me to Juice Plus also shared with me that I could easily offset the cost for our family by sharing the product with others. And that was really important. We have a family of 7. And so I was like, yeah, I want to do that. I had already been talking about it with friends and family or anyone that would listen. So that made a lot of sense to me. And my goal was to have enough customers to just cover the cost of our family of 7. I did this within 2 months, and I began to really see the potential that this business held, not only in helping family like ours with a tangible health need, but also with financial goals. So I had transitioned from bedside nursing, hospital nursing, to a more flexible job, but it still required me to be on call most of the time with really irregular hours. So even though I loved what I was doing, I also just wanted to really be present for my family. I missed my daughter's dance recital and, just was like, I don't want to miss these important times of life. So I really resonated with the mission of the Juice Plus company, and to inspire healthy living around the world. That just matched what I loved already. And I loved that I could work as my schedule would allow and weave a business into my life and natural conversations and relationships. So I decided to jump into the mission in a wholehearted, intentional way. So that was a little over 2 years ago. And, fast forward to now, we're reaping a lot of benefits from this decision, physically and financially. We're enjoying stronger immune systems and a greater variety of fresh whole foods daily. My energy levels are up and my labs look really great. Not perfect, but a lot better. My kids rarely get sick and they recover a lot more quickly. In fact, today at the dentist's office, our dentist said, your son has the largest tonsils I've ever seen in my life. She's like, is he sick all the time? And I said, nope, he's not. He's never sick. And she couldn't believe it. She said, what about allergies? I said, nope. So, she said, I just can't believe it, because just the tonsils that God gave him, he should be sick all the time, and he's not. And I was so thankful. So, yeah, I'm also thankful that I haven't needed any meds for anxiety or sleep in over 2 years. And that is just huge for me. So not only that, but my paycheck just keeps growing. It's helping us to meet some financial goals. We were able to just build a new carriage house, which is like a guest house behind our house with a garage. And that is due to the margin that my paycheck allowed us, which is really awesome. And the community of people that I do this alongside with, who are my friends, just inspire me every day. And I love walking alongside others in their health journeys and encouraging them. So really never looked back, and it's just a really cool opportunity. So I'm really thankful to share with you guys.
Oh, I love that. Thank you so much, Jenny. Well, thank you to everybody who turned in tonight. I'm just going to close this out real quick because I know a couple of us have another call we're going to hop onto tonight. But, there are 2 types of people really that I feel like resonate with the healthy living revolution. The first is people who are ready to take steps in their health, who maybe are looking for an alternative to vitamins and supplements, something that is clinically proven to make a difference, and to find a community that really supports you along the way. There is no community like the one that we have. And I've seen a lot out there, and I've tried a lot of different things. And so they're just people with heart who really care and have a heart to serve. And second is, people who maybe are looking to earn a stable secondary income stream that is residual, which means, you build it and it just continues to kind of grow. And so a lot of people do this to choose mom and dad care instead of daycare. Some people use it to build a carriage house behind their house, like Jenny said. Some empty nesters use it for a retirement strategy. It really just depends on where people are. I would say the majority of people don't start out that way. They just want to offset the cost of their product, and sometimes they develop a heart for more. So I'll just close this out by asking, who do you know that maybe needs to hear about this? Are you ready to take the next step in your health? Or if you have more questions, connect with the person that invited you, and they will send you the link to that Healthy Living Revolution site. So thank you so much for joining us. It has been an absolute blast getting to meet some of you. And I just hope that everybody has an incredible week. It's only Monday, so we have so many more awesome things to happen this week. So thank you, everybody, for joining. Have a good night.
Thank you, everyone.